question, do a drill down in the table. So, for example, here we predefined the drill down. So we've got here product type. It's this one. And if you would like to see the drill down to see more detailed value, because inside the product types there belong the products, we've predefined here the option to see the product. And if you would like to do the filtering, it's another option that I will show you later today, and I will show you all the options to filter the reports. So for example, you would like to see only some of the products or values only for some of the states. So you will see options how to do this and which components can be used for this and how this will look like. Is it fine for you, or how you mentioned? Did you mean the drill down in different way? Rajesh?
Yes, yes.
Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect.
Rajesh, you can unmute your system. Yeah, mute your system.
So now I can go to the Samata's questions. So here we've got the KPI label. And the KPI label, it always displays the indicator. So here we got the indicator values for these predefined indicators. You can also add another indicators, or in Belati there you can also create your own indicators. Maybe first I will show you the options, what you can do with the indicators that are existing in the dataset, because on the import settings there you define that this is indicator, this is numeric value, which can be used for calculations. So for example here it's margin, and if you select this indicator, you can go to the settings. And what you can do here in the settings, you can change the name, you can define the unit, or you can define the format of the value. So for example, if the value is in percent, you can add percent here. This is quite well described in this help here. So you can, for example, add text. You can add. You can define the format. So you can define how many decimal numbers will be displayed, what will be used as group separator, and stuff like this. We can also define how the rounding will work. So by default, it's used classic rounding, but you can also use always up or always down. We can also define an aggregation type. So here we are using average value. We are using sum of the value, so it's total. But you can also change it to average, to number of records, number of unique records, or you can use these regression functions. So for example, let's change it to the average. And if we apply this, this won't change because we don't have any drill down here used in the KPI label. You can also use numeric transformation. So for example, if you select show thousands, then this value will be divided by 1000. And you can use it in stuff like this. So is it clear, Samantha, or does it answer to your questions, or will you need some more comment on this?
Yes.
Okay, maybe I will show you one more example here in the table, just to make sure that you understand. Here, I will show another option which can be used. And for example, here we can create our own indicator. These indicators, our own indicators, can be created by formulas. These formulas are very similar to the Excel formulas. So basically, in Belati, you can use every function that you know from Excel, you can also use it in Balarati. So here we created this new indicator, and we can again go to the settings. And if it's formula indicator, we got here the same option to change the name of the indicator, to define the unit, or define the format. But here we need to define these values. So here you can use different math functions, string functions, count functions, and stuff like this, or statistical functions. Basically every function that you know from Excel. And you can combine also these functions together, so you can create percentiles, deciles, or stuff like this. So in order to show you just one example, let me, for example, use a sample count function, which will count number of unique products. Oh, yeah. And if I save this, you can just select this function and select what should be counted here. For example, number of unique products. And if you hit a click on save, then it will count unique product in each part of this drawdown. So maybe to better explain, here are used only indicators. These indicators should be numeric value, but you can also use count functions, and this count function, they count the appearances of attribute. How many times this selected attribute appear in the data. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, okay. So now let's go ahead to another type of the view, which is map. We can again set up the name of the map and hit continue. Now let's select an indicator which will be used in this map. For example, profit, and hit OK. And now we are in the map settings. So how to define the map? So the values will be displayed here. In this case, we need to have in the data some value, some attribute which describes some geolocation. In our case, it's the name of the state. So here we've got the name of the state in the data set, and we need to match the values from this data set with the places definition. This places definition needs to be also defined in the Balarati. So here we can manage these options. We can manage them in the data set, or you can just move there directly from the map settings. So I will hit a click on this option. I hit a click on this option, and here we've got the list of geodata sets. And how these geodata are defined. We've got two options. You can define you can define geodata as points, or you can define them as shapes. So the first option, which I will show you, are points. Here it works in a way that we've got the name of the value. In this case, it's the name of the state, and here we've got the geo point of this value, and its latitude and longitude. You can see the preview of each value here on the map below. You can also you can create your own definitions. You can create them manually, but the better option is to import them. So you can import points database via CSV file. uh,